Well, hello, beautiful beings. Crystaljoy, Wounded Healer here. And I know it's been a little while since my last reading that I've posted for you all. And I'll tell you something, if you've been following my platform for a while now, you might remember the reading I posted probably back in the spring or early summer of this year, 2022, of the detour that you were going to be taking on your path. It was a message about taking the scenic route, if you will, but learning very important and valuable lessons along that route that you wouldn't have learned otherwise if you didn't take that scenic route. And although it was going to be a longer, more challenging path, there were going to be a lot of rewards for you on that path. So I definitely went on that journey with you all, and I'm back right on the path that I'm meant to be on. I learned what I needed to learn, and now I'm back and I want to share what I've learned with you all. For today, I thought we would do a autumn equinox reading that's going to be happening in just a few days. So I thought we would tap into the collective energy and just get an idea of what equinox is going to be bringing in for us this year. I know this year has been chaotic and turbulent energetically, and in the physical realm as well for many of us. And with equinox, we're talking about the season where we start to say farewell to the sun for a while, and start to get into the darkness, the darker, colder seasons. And many of you know, as above, so below, as within, so without. And so the journey that we must go on in our external world, we must go on within. So we are entering this period of darkness within, of journeying through the darker aspects of the soul so that we can be reborn into the light, into a brighter light, if you will, a stronger essence of ourselves I'm hearing right now. So I have a few things that I want to dive into and to help guide us through this season. So this message that I want to get, it is going to be a collective message, and I want to have it focus on how the guidance that we need to get through the darker season. And so from autumn equinox until spring equinox, this is going to be the messages and the guidance that we're needing for that time to get us through. And I thought that I would also do something I've never done before. We're going to do an extended for this reading. So for each of the questions that I'm going to be asking Spirit, I'm going to be getting a inspiration card for us. So this is going to be an affirmation based on each of the components of the message that we get today. So if you are interested in learning more about the extended, the information will be for you in the description. We're going to go ahead and just get right into it. I feel like there's going to be a few messages come through, so we're not going to make the intro too long. I've already cleansed and shuffled the deck, so we're just going to dive in. I have a few crystals here with me today. We have some aventurine and I have some agate. These are some stones that I've been using this month to help me with my own manifestations and affirmations, and they've been doing me wonders. You can look into both of those stones for yourself and see if they speak to you, if you might want to work with them and how they might be able to guide you. And of course, my favorite Lemurian starseed crystal quartz. I had that cleansing the deck today, and I did have that charging in the last moon. So really loving the energy so far that we have going on today. So we're just going to dive right into it. And I think the first thing I wanted to know is, how is it that we can find balance in this darker season? Because absolutely, with the darker season, with going through the darker shadow aspects of ourselves, there comes turbulence. So how can we stay balanced in that energy? And I have two cards coming out. We have Judgment in the upright position and the Four of Wands in the reverse. So absolutely a message coming through. The first message that I'm hearing is about having your trust and faith in the divine, making sure that you're staying connected to the divine. And when I speak about the divine, I mean to your spiritual journey. There is an element of Spirit is wanting you to remember in this time that you are not your physical being, that you are just experiencing this vessel. And so there needs to be a remembrance of having that balance of being in the physical and in the spiritual at the same time. Yes. And not only do I read the cards based on their the interpretation, the original description of the cards, but also intuitively. And with the Four of Wands in reverse, what I'm really seeing is we're talking about balance right now. And you can see how with the Four of Wands, there is a lot of balance happening in this card. And there really is a lot of balance happening as well with the Judgment card. I feel very similar resemblance in these cards when, I don't know why it's so fuzzy, when we look at the Four of Wands, we have the two pillars on either side, and kind of all of the action, all the goodness is right there in the middle. And same with the Judgment. You can see this community of people down here. There is almost this pillar where there is this, the divine is coming through in between. In the middle, I'm hearing duality. Interesting, because I also chose two stones today. So 2 is a very powerful number right now. 4 is a very powerful number. I'm also seeing 6 and 3. I don't know why 3. That was just a number that popped in my mind. So again, you know, 3 for me is all about universal alignment as well. So more balance coming through with some channeled numbers. So you might find some guidance there in how it is that you can stay balanced in this time when we're really going within and finding ourselves so that we can reemerge. Just this, I'm hearing bright and shiny. I feel like I've heard that somewhere before, like from a movie or a cartoon or something, but someone here might know what that's from. So I feel like that's a specific message for whoever is knowing where that is from. Bright and shiny. I just keep hearing bright and shiny. So the next thing I want to find out is, what is it that can be brought in to keep our souls awake at this time? Because as we journey in through the soul, the shadow self, the darker aspects of ourself, you know, sometimes we forget that we hold the light, that we hold the key, and that we have the map that can guide us back out of that darkness, back into the light. And so while we're in that place, we can sometimes feel like we are losing touch with our soul. We can feel as though we are being swallowed by that darkness. So, and by being swallowed by the darkness, what I mean is just allowing those emotions to take hold of us and to pull us back into that ego mindset where we are trapped in the illusions. That's so interesting. I was wondering why, when I went to get started with this reading, I saw the Hermit on the bottom of the deck, and underneath that was the Moon card, right? So we don't want to be trapped in the illusion of what is held in the ego mind. Okay, so what is it that we can bring in for ourselves? Oh, that's so many. There we go. I love this. The Two of Wands just fell out. There's too much happening here. I'm not gonna take those. I like to set my boundaries with spirit. But the Two of Wands also did make an appearance on its own, just kind of off to the side there. So I do want to take that. A lot of messages, that little stack landed on that first message that came through. So I feel like there's more guidance that Spirit wants to be giving in regards to how it is that we can find balance and stay balanced in this time. So if you are feeling like you do need a more specific direct message on how you can stay balanced or find balance, you might want to check out the extended. But also, with the amount of cards that just fell on that message in addition, you might want to get a personal reading to get that real in-depth clarity for yourself. Another card just flew off the top of the deck and landed on that message again. It's the Four of Swords. So once again, we have this 2 energy coming through. We're getting multiples of 2s here. So Four of Wands, we're talking about another way to find balance. Don't forget to rest and take care of yourself while you go through this journey of the soul, of the darker aspects of your soul in this time, because you're going to need it. you need to be remembering to take proper care of yourself in that time so that you don't get trapped in, like I said, that ego mindset, those illusions that are going to keep you tied down in the earthly realm and remove that balance that you have within that spiritual self. And then again, there's I'm seeing more two energy happening here. I've actually really never paid that much attention to the stained glass art on this card, but there is some two figures there, like two people in the glass. So again, a lot of two energy, and you can see this split here. There's a divide, and one of these individuals is down on the ground and the other one is up top here, like standing more above, looking down on the other person. So once again, this as above, so below energy coming through. So for what it is that can be brought in to keep the soul awake is, once again, just more messages on just affirmation on that balance. And by remaining by keeping this information in mind on how we can find and stay balanced, it's also going to help us to keep the soul awake, because once again, if we allow the ego mind to pull us too far into the illusions of reality, then we are going to lose touch with our spiritual self, with our soul essence. And when that happens, it's going to bring us further away from the balance that we're needing. So once again, what it is that we need to keep the soul awake is just remember to stay balanced. I'm also hearing about there needs to be balance and stillness, and to remain clear in duality in order to make clear choices on where you need to be focusing in this journey. So while you are journeying through the soul, through the darker aspects of yourself, by remaining balanced, it's also going to help you to make the proper choices on which parts of yourself it is that you need to be journeying through in this time. We have the Two of Pentacles that you saw just kind of popping off the bottom of the deck. I have a phone call coming in right now too. So Spirit is just like message, like ring, 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 ring. I just hear like ringing in the ears. Some very strong two energy. Together they make four. So once again, those multiples of twos. I thought I was running out of time on my recording. I got tricked out, but I think what Spirit wanted me to see was that it was 12:52 on the timer. So once again, twos is just insane at this time. So you might want to work with the number 2 in this time as well to help you to stay in this message that's coming through, to stay with the knowledge, the messages, to keep that information with you as a guiding post. But once again, the Two of Pentacles is all about balance. So really, really strong messages about balance coming through right now. The next thing that I want to dive into is, what is it that we must shed in this season, or that is going to be shed in this season? I'm actually looking at, I wrote down the questions that I wanted to go through today because I found this reading. I wanted to mention this as well. When I was looking into what sort of questions I wanted to ask for this reading, I found this beautiful Autumn Equinox themed reading from escapingstars.com. So I'm using that as my guide today because I thought that these were really powerful questions that we could use for this introspection. So that's why I keep looking away and kind of detaching for a moment. So the next question, I thought this one was really, really powerful. So what must be shed to transition seasons peacefully? That was what wanted to come out. So, in this time of, while we're searching through the darker aspects of the self and we're bringing up trauma and pain and chaos and turbulence, what is it that is being shed that's going to allow us to grow into this brighter, shinier version of the self when we step into the season of light once again, into spring equinox? There we are. Wow. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles, and earlier when I mentioned the Hierophant and the Moon card on the bottom of the deck, I also noticed that I looked at the top of the deck and the Three of Pentacles was there. So what it is that is being shed, or that we can shed, that can help us to transition in these seasons peacefully, it was in the reverse position. So this came through in a reading I posted recently on one of my platforms. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'll link that all below for you. But it was a message about releasing this. It was a guidance to be working more with others, to release a fear of some sort. I forget what the fear was, but there was a fear about working with others. And so what it is that can be shed at this time to transition peacefully is just allowing ourselves to work with others. And I know some of us, you might consider yourself to be very outgoing, very much a team player, but there's just this strong sense of doing it all on your own. And what I'm hearing right now is not just working with others, but trusting in the people that are coming in that are a part of your soul tribe, not just working with others in terms of anyone, but those who you, in your intuitive knowing, can trust that they are of your vibration, that they are aligned soul family for you. And once again, this is 3 energy. So going back to I can't remember which card it was that I was picking up some 3 energy. I think it was from the 4 of Wands here. So again, with the 2s and the 3s, multiples of 2s, I just heard 1, 2, 3, 4. So very strong. That number to me resonates very strong for ascension. So this is talking about leveling up right now. So you are leveling up. And that's why the soul family, these people that the divine wants you to trust that you can work with, are coming in for you right now, because you have leveled up and your vibration is at a place now where you are ready for what's next. And Spirit is bringing in the tools and the resources that you need to step into that next step, that next level. And that includes your soul family. That includes those people that are around you right now and that are coming in, who you feel are of your vibration. And I feel this too. This is resonating with me because in my journey, there have been a lot of people coming in, and I think I'm getting really good at determining who is definitely not welcomed in my energy space. But there's also been some doubt and second guessing within myself about the people who I feel that I'm allowing to stay close to me, who I believe are meant for my highest good. There is this element of, again, doubting and second guessing if I am reading that energy properly. But again, trust in yourself and the divine, because if you are like me and you are able to keep the energies away who you know are meant to stay away, trust that if the people who you are allowing to stay near you, if you're allowing them to stay close, it's because in your intuition, in your soul, you know that those people you can trust. And the reason that the other energies, you keep them at a distance, is because you know very well that they are meant to be at a distance. So trust that anyone you haven't put at a distance yet is meant to be close to you, is meant to be there to be a tool and a resource and a support and a guidance for you. I feel like also for some of you, some of these people that are coming in are also meant to be guides for you. They're going to be teachers, people who you can learn a lot from. Okay, we're just going to move right on to the next message. I feel a lot coming through from that, so I don't want to stick on that one too long. The next question that I wanted to get, that escapingstars.com had suggested here, was what will emerge as the darkness grows? And I thought this one was really powerful as well. Not only did I feel that that was powerful at the time when I came across it and was really feeling guided to give this reading a try, I'm also really feeling it right now with the energies that have come through so far. So what will emerge as the darkness grows? So in the season of darkness, as it continues to get darker and colder, as we continue to dive deeper into ourselves, what is it that is going to emerge through this darkness? I'm hearing through the ashes. I'm seeing a little sprout coming through, ashes on the ground, as if a forest fire had just ripped through, and now this new life is emerging. So I'm seeing a dragon as well, and now I'm really drawn to the orange on this card. So some real strong fire energy happening there. Some of you might resonate with dragon energy. I know I do. And very interesting, the Two of Pentacles as well. I'm feeling some orange there. That balance between not just the spiritual and the physical, but the light and the dark. There was something, I saw a video someone posted, I'll try to link it for you all, and it was a message about how there is a need to stop telling spiritual people that their anger is low vibrational, because that anger, this video explains it so well. I'm going to link it for you because I'm not going to do it justice, but those who understand this message know what I'm talking about how that anger comes from a place of passion, and there's a difference between toxicity and teaching. And so once again, I'll link that video for you because I'm just not even going to be able to scratch the surface the way this other lady did. I'm gonna get her name for you as well. I just love following her on TikTok. She is all about dragon energy and just has some really important things to say in regards to healthy release of the appropriately channeled energy. Okay, that's how I'm gonna leave it for now, because I feel like I'm losing some of you all with this negative energies, this anger talk. But let's go ahead and find out. So what will emerge as the darkness grows? You know, both externally and internally, in the outside world as well as within ourselves, within our souls, within our journey and on our path. So what is it that will emerge as the darkness grows? What will emerge? Whoa. Whoo. I'm feeling this. Oh my gosh, you guys. We have the Empress and the World card. These are cards that have been coming through a lot for me in collective readings lately when I dive into what is coming in for us, okay? So what is happening is a lot of you are really stepping into that more divine feminine energy within yourself. That is what is emerging. You are finding that more compassionate side of yourself, but I'm also hearing dark feminine. So, you know, I was just talking about anger and this healthy release and this positive way of expressing such a deep passion. So what is emerging is this ability to tap into the balance between appropriate and inappropriate way of channeling that kind of energy, that dark feminine, that energy that is just deemed as angry and aggressive as dark. But again, there's a difference between toxicity and, you know, spirituality. So also decipher that difference. You know, if you are someone who my throat is closing up now too, so some throat chakra activation here in this message about if you are someone who is just angry and toxic, that is not what we are talking about here. That is a need for diving in deep into this season. If you are someone who carries that kind of anger, that you just feel this state of frustration all the time, then you might also want to stick around, because this message will help you to find a way to release that energy so that you can feel free and light. But for some of you, it's a message about just really being able to, you know, I feel like within the spiritual community, there's a lot of love and light. There's not enough focus on the other side of the self. You know, people talk about ego death. You cannot kill the ego. You know, the ego is the darker aspect of the self. It is the self. And so you cannot remove a part of yourself without completely removing yourself. So it's this learning to have balance in yourself, in the dark and the light. And also, knowing when the tables need to be turned, knowing when to channel the appropriate energy. So going back to the non-toxic version of this anger, this dragon energy, this passionate fire, this fiery force I'm hearing. Look at this. Look at this Wheel of Fortune. Again, we have this orange energy, and it to me is kind of looking like it has like horns or pointy ears almost. Like I'm feeling almost like devil energy right there. So it's this, you know, and we have the divine up top here, and you know, on the devil card we do have those lion figures, okay? And so I'm feeling that energy here. So we have, take it how it resonates, you guys. I don't resonate with heaven or hell, but this is just the message that's coming through, okay? So we have the light, we have the dark, the up and the below, okay? So that's just what's coming through. And so this turning of the tables, you know, we can see this energy here, this somewhat darker force that I'm feeling from this figure. And it's this knowing when to channel your passion from this feminine, this divine feminine who comes from the divine, okay? This upper energy. Knowing when to come from a place of this very compassionate, very balanced, very understanding and nurturing soul, and when to come from that fiery force. And that fiery force, it's coming from below. When I'm down here on the card, I'm feeling it deep in my soul, deep in my gut. I feel this uprising of energy that just wants to come up through the throat chakra, through communication. And as I'm saying that, I'm actually seeing a dragon just breathing this intense fiery flame. That's very interesting where this message is going, you guys. It started off so love and light, and now we're diving deeper into those darker aspects. And that's what this reading is all about, is how can we dive deeper into ourselves so that we can emerge as this divine being. And we all are divine beings, but it's about diving in deeper to our divine essence. Okay, so I have 2 more messages that I want to get, and then we're going to go into the extended of this reading to find out an affirmation to stand with each of these different messages that we got. So next I want to ask, what are the lessons that this season will hold for us? So once again, another powerful question. Thank you so much, escapingstars.com, for this reading. I came across it and knew I had to give it a try. Oh my gosh. You guys, so landing on the 3 of Pentacles, okay? So this was the question we asked about what is it that we must shed to transition seasons peacefully. So learning to work with others, trusting in the divine, and knowing that the energies that we keep away, those are meant to stay there, and knowing, trusting in ourselves that the energies we kept around us are meant to be there as well. The message that came through for what lessons will be what lessons will this season hold for us? The Emperor came through on that 3 of Pentacles, but coming right after the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune, talk again about balance, you guys. I got so much that Spirit wants me to say about this. Wow. a lot of balance. Once again, this the lessons are going to be, you know, when I think about the Emperor, I think about divine masculine energy. And, you know, when a masculine is not in their divine energy, they're in a very toxic energy. Same with the divine feminine when she's not in her divine essence, you know, that Queen of Swords reversed energy. But with the masculine not being in their divine essence, I really feel a strong ego energy from that, from a masculine who's not in the house of the divine. So what it is that the lessons that are going to be held for us this season, once again, is learning how to have balance and control over the illusions. Once again, I'm seeing that Hermit and that Moon card that was at the bottom of the deck before I started with this reading. So, and that's going to help us once again to find more of that balance. Like there's so much balance energy. Four of Wands, the Four of Swords. I mean, like it's just all over this reading. You know, we even have 2 and 4 energy all over the Wheel of Fortune. There's some 3 energy coming through here as well, which to me is all about universal alignment. It's all about, you know, in numerology, 3 is also about a catalyst. So for some of you, whoa, what Spirit actually just told me so clearly is that there's going to be an event that's going to come in for you. And this is what's going to help you to shed what needs, or sorry, the lesson that you're going to learn. I got really drawn to, as I was about to give that message, I really started to hear the birds in the music that's playing. You can hear some chirping in there. There is messages that Spirit is going to give to you. There are birds that you're going to see along your path. Watch for them and listen to them and research them. Whatever bird you're seeing, if you're seeing a lot of the same bird, if you're seeing a bird that's rare, you shouldn't be seeing it, but you're seeing it everywhere, whether it is, you know, you're seeing it actually flying in the sky or in a tree or pictures or even just words. If you're seeing the word robin over and over, I want you to research that because there is something coming through for you from the divine. These are messages coming straight to you from the higher realm. Okay, so going back to what I got pulled away from a second ago there, but there's going to be an event that is going to happen. This event is going to be what helps you to lean into, I feel like this has already happened to me. It's an event that's going to help you to lean into the masculine, that's going to help you to see the illusions. It's going to help you to hold a light to all the disbeliefs that have kept you, right, that energy, that fiery force that you are needing to release. Interesting, I said needing to release. Spirit is telling you, you need to release that energy. Some of you are holding in this passionate, fiery energy, and it's gotta come out. I see literally a dragon setting an entire mountain on fire right now. That is madness. But it's this, once you lean into the masculine energy of yourself, you are going to learn more about that darker aspect of yourself, which is all about what this reading is about. And that is going to help you to break through the illusions of masculine energy, of being in your masculine energy. And that's what's going to, that's the lesson, is you are going to see what needs to be shed so that you can find that balance, right? It's going to, the lesson that you're going to learn is that by leaning into that masculine, you're going to see through the illusions and you're going to shatter past that to the truths. It's like you're wiping away dust, like ashes from a fire. It's like a volcano has just erupted and you got all this debris in your eyes, and now you're wiping it away, and now you can see the truth. The truth being the divine. The truth understanding that you can be both love and light. But as long as you stay with the divine, you can trust in how you're going to properly channel that energy that spirit is telling you that you need to release. Because if you don't release that, you're that volcano. Whoa, it's like this message of, it's like I'm seeing a message right now where spirit is coming through and showing me, like, I'm seeing you giving a message, and then your future self is coming out and telling you a message to you through the message. It's so insane. I don't even know if that made sense outside of anyone who's not in my brain right now. But it's like you are this volcano right now, and by not releasing that energy, you are going to just explode. It's going to be catastrophic. That is that event coming in for you. I feel like that needs to happen. You need to blow that top off. But this is a tricky message in a healthy way, because if you don't find a way to properly channel that energy in a healthy love and light way, what's going to happen is you are just going to blow up and create so much devastation, not just within your own life, but for those around you. It's going to create toxicity, and it's going to create such upheaval and tower moments in your life, and it's going to ripple around you, and you're going to see that affect the space around you, your environment, the people who are a part of that. You are going to see a lot be forced. Just, I'm seeing a, what do you call that? The cloud that just, there's different volcanic eruptions. Some of them have lava, some of them have this cloud, and it just decimates everything in its path. It leaves absolutely nothing. That's what destroyed Pompeii. For some of you, I'm hearing as well about Akashic records, learning more about that, learning more about your past life history. There's so much coming through with this. It's madness. But getting to this very strong message about if you can find a way to properly channel that energy so that you don't blow your cap like a volcano, then you are going to reemerge from the ashes of this darker time as this dragon, this fiery force that knows how to properly channel that energy. And I'm going back to that forest fire, that dragon just decimating this mountain. And the message there, I know that sounds probably really negative to a lot of people, but forest fires are actually Earth's way of recycling the planet. And, going back to that sprout that I saw coming through those ashes, a forest fire, after a forest fire, the ground is covered in ash. That ash is so filled with such rich nutrients that it allows that forest to replenish itself in a way that it was not prospering prior to that fire. So this fiery force that you are breathing, it's a necessary evolution, I'm hearing, of a way for you to recycle your energy. You are transmuting the energy. That's how you're recycling. It's a way of transitioning the energy from a toxic energy to a passionate, fiery force that might seem to others as though it creates devastation and death and destruction in its path. You see the rebirthing that this release of passion holds. You have this foretelling of this. You can foresee the higher good that the release of this energy has. And the people who are going to say that this fiery force that you carry deep within you, deep within your gut, in your soul, The people who are going to tell you that that energy is negative, that that release, that healthy release, not the toxic release, the healthy release is negative, those are the people that you kept at a distance for a reason. So remember that, okay? Keep that with you as you lean into the masculine, as you have this catalytic event that's going to help you to shatter through the illusions of the masculine and help you to learn how to step into not masculine energy but divine masculine energy. And that is going to be the turning point of this dark part of the journey, and how you can find a balance in that fiery force and that compassion, learning how to properly channel that energy, and also learning how to properly I'm not sure the word I want to use, teeter totter, wobble, there's a higher word, but there's this dance. I'm seeing a dance. You're just kind of dancing between this feminine essence and this masculine drive, this very powerful, fiery masculine drive, but also this very fiery, passionate, divine feminine. There's still so much that wants to come through from that, you guys. We got to move on. There's still so much more that we need to get. So the final message that I want to get for this portion of the reading is, where will growth continue? And not just in this time, but I want to know after, as we get through this season, but also as we step into the spring equinox and beyond, because once we've leveled up, once we've stepped into that, there's no going back. There's no stepping down. You can't go back down that ladder. So let's find out what it is that, where will the growth continue through this season and the seasons beyond. Okay, those just fell right out of the bottom of the deck, and what I'm seeing from that is they fell from above. Like divine is literally just dropping that on your lap is what I feel like right from that message. I'm being told to look at the bottom. It's the King of Cups. Oh my gosh. So once again, we're talking about this masculine learning how to not be so much in the ego, but more of that fiery drive, that passion. The Four of Cups, this is what I'm talking about. This is a masculine energy that has a lot of compassion and a lot of mental stability, or emotional stability as well. But I was going to say mental stability too. So again, mental and emotional, that's the above and below, okay? So let's see what else we have here. I can't make that up. I told you this fell out earlier. It was on the bottom of the deck. It just fell off the bottom of the deck again. I can't, Spirit. I am so blessed to be able to bring forth these messages. I blow myself away sometimes. Wow. Okay, but it also came out with the Ace of Wands. So how it is that how we will continue to grow. Oh my gosh. We will continue to grow by continuing to look within ourselves. That light that I was talking about, this journey of within, this is the light that I was talking about. You are a wounded healer, okay? You went into such dark parts of yourself to get to where you are now. And on that journey, you found a light and a map. And now you just can't get lost. Like I said, there is no going back down that ladder. Once you've leveled up, you're not going back to where you came from, okay? So this is the light that I'm talking about. You already have gone within and pulled this light out of yourself. This is that fiery force. You literally ripped this from, it was so buried deep in your soul, and you went within and you found it and you pulled it out. I'm hearing that song from Dakota Bear right now. What is it? Came back with the devil's head. I just keep hearing that. Came back with the devil's head. So there's this, you've already done that. But as you continue, because there's no going back, there's no going down the ladder, you will forever have that light with you. You will forever be able to be your own guide that gets you out of your own darkness. And so that is how it is that we will be continuing to grow through this season and the seasons beyond is continuing to go on this inward journey and pulling out the passion and the fire that was buried deep within our soul. Wow, that's so beautiful. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel that. And then through that, literally the divine is giving you, you saw those cards fell off the bottom of the deck. Literally, Spirit is just like dropping all these blessings on your freaking head right now. Because the more you continue to dive within and find yourself and heal your soul, the more that you are knowing in your worth is what I'm hearing. Your worth. Remember who the fuck you are. Oh my gosh. And how else you are continuing to grow is continuing to dive deeper in your understanding of how Spirit has shown you that you are what is in control of what spins this wheel. I'm seeing the game Wheel of Fortune right now when you go up and you spin the wheel. And it's interesting because on the wheel, in the game, on the wheel, there's this, like, there's some, like, you can win or lose, you know, not all of it is, you know, pass go, collect $200. Some of it is lose what you got. And that's this journey that we're on. You know, there's love, there's light and darkness, there's ups and downs, there's winning and losing. And how you are continuing to grow is as you dive deeper and deeper and deeper into the catacombs of your soul, you are being given this blessing and this knowing and diving deeper into this understanding that you are what is in control of what spins this wheel. And so if you spin that wheel and it lands on something you don't like, well, you don't have to sit there and watch everything crumble away. Spin the wheel again, because you have control over that wheel. And the divine, don't forget, is right there, dropping things right on your head right now. And as you continue through this journey, and this is a message, once again, I want to go back to this toxic anger energy. This is only for those who are following and trusting in the divine, not staying in the place of illusion. And I'm hearing fear. Something I wanted to go back to before I wrap this portion of the reading up was on the Two of Pentacles, the waves of the ocean. Many of us are being called to the water right now. We're being told to watch the water. There's messages. There's an event I'm hearing. There's a catalyst with the water. And very interesting, again, because these two cards came out together, this message about twos and balance and duality and choices. You can choose to spin that wheel if you don't like what you got, okay? But notice the water. There's water energy on both these cards. They're both on a beach or shoreline. But again, do you see this Two of Pentacles? Crazy freaking typhoon happening over here. But over here, stillness, peace. I feel like this blindfold, you chose to put that there right now because you wanted to be in this, I'm seeing hanged man and like a mix between a hangman and a hermit energy, to be able to, like, you put that blindfold on so you could make it dark so that you could dive in so deep with that light. Remember, you already have that light, so don't be afraid. Fear, the word fear came out. Don't be afraid of diving in deep, okay? Because Spirit is giving this to you. Spirit is giving you, you already have control over your destiny, over your fate, over the Wheel of Fortune, okay? But Spirit is just helping you to dive deeper in the understanding of remembering who you are, all right? But also, so yes, the balance in this water energy. And then, again, just a strong message about this pull to water, but then also when I was drawn to share that water message with you, I was also drawn to this Two of Swords, which has a moon on it. And it's really interesting to me because a lot of the times when I'm working with the Two of Swords energy, I do pick up moon energy. So you're making a choice between, do you want to believe in the illusions or do you just want to slice right through them? Time to cut the blindfold off. It's time to get those ashes out of your eyes, because those ashes you're putting there yourself by not properly channeling this energy. You are just blowing things up. You are stirring up debris. You are clouding your vision. It's time to make a choice to get out of the illusion. And remember that you hold the light. Don't be afraid to dive deeper into the darkness, because you are in control of this wheel. You hold the power. You hold the power. And the divine is just here to remind you of who you already are. You just forgot. And that's okay. I forgot for a while too, but you'll come back to it. For now, I'm going to wrap this portion of the reading up. If you want to know more on some affirmations that you can use for each of these messages to continue to get you through this season so that you can shatter through the fear and the illusion and just step into this brighter, shinier, more divine, more spiritual aspect of yourself, this higher version of yourself. Do you see you're standing on a bench right now as you work with these other energies? Trust these resources that are coming in for you. If this is resonating, I'll see you in the extended. And if the extended is not for you, or it was for you and you still want more, you can always reach out for a personal. I feel like some of you might need a little bit more clarity, more specifics on how this is resonating for you in your journey. You can reach out. Everything that you need to find me is down in the description, but remember, I will never contact you. So if anyone ever does reach out claiming to be me, offering you anything paid or free, that's a scam. Don't trust it. That's just such low energy. Everything we were talking about here that you want to be avoiding right now. No, trust in yourself and who it is that you can trust, who comes into your energy space. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. I'll see you guys in the extended.